So, being the intelligent person I am, I completely did not realize that my audio was turned on or turned off when I was recording this. I thought I had connected it, and apparently I did not. So, we are going to do a voiceover. If my audio seems off compared to the video, that would be why, because I was super smart and definitely double checked my audio. Alright. So we're going to go ahead and get started with our dynamic warm-up. So you're going to go about 15 to 20 paces away. And we're just going to start with our jogging down and back. We're going to do this twice. So that's one. Go ahead and do it one more time. We're going to switch to high knees, high knees. We're going to do butt kicks back. So high knees there, butt kicks back. And we're going to do straight leg kicks. You want to go opposite arm, opposite leg. I'm going to try not to hit my camera while I do this. Sorry for the background noise. Everyone decided to be outside at the same time. We're doing inverse back. So that was straight leg kicks, inverse back. Now we're going to go ahead and sit down. Big arms, we're shuffling. Remember, you don't want those feet to touch. You want to keep them evenly spaced. And we turn around and do the same thing. Alright, we're going to go ahead and do karaoke. We're going to do high knee in front, fast behind. And you guessed it, we turn around and do the same thing from the other direction. And the last thing we're going to do are lunges there, side lunges back. So when we do lunges, we want to make sure that we hover with that bottom knee. We don't want it to touch the ground. We want to hover with that bottom knee at a 90-degree angle. Side lunges back. Nice and slow. This is a stretch. Good job. Go ahead and grab some water if you need it. And we're going to go ahead and grab a volleyball. And we're going to go ahead and go into our hand hitting series. So first thing we're going to do is we're just going to establish contact. We're going to hit on our palm. We're going to snap our wrist. We're just snapping our wrist on the ball. Really want to work on over-exaggerating that wrist. We're just establishing contact and slapping the ball. And again, you want your hand curving around that ball, hitting it nice and strong on that palm. Alright, shake it out if you need to. We're going to go ahead into hitting it straight down. We are curving our wrist. We're flicking our wrist, really over-exaggerating, flicking our wrist. We're going to go ahead and do 10. Really focus on that flicking, flick, flick, over-exaggerating our wrist. And I now have sound effects in the background. Check it out if you need to. Now we're going to go ahead and swing all the way through. Still want to flick that wrist, but we're swinging all the way through. We're going to go ahead and do 10. Alright, now we're going to actually throw at a wall. So, see, I have my plank set up here that I'm going to use. And we're going to finish first in 1. So you'll see in a second. I'm parallel. I'm not facing my wall. My hips are open. I hold the ball over my head. I point, step, and throw. And when I throw, I close those hips. So we're going to finish in 1, which means we're finishing up top. We're flicking our wrist up top. So see, I'm still open, flicking that wrist up top. Open, and flicking 1. We're going to go ahead and do 10. Open, close. Open, close. And I could actually be doing it a little bit better than this. You really want to close your hips, face where you're finally hitting. Open, close. Open, close. We're still finishing in that 1 position. Again, remember we're focusing on closing that hip. Alright, the next thing we're going to do is go into 2. So we were just flicking in 1, now we're flicking into 2. So we're flicking our wrist and our arm. Wrist, arm. We're doing the same thing, we're open to close. Flicking our wrist and our arm. We're not swinging all the way through yet. We will get there when we go to 3, but right now we're just going to position 2. Again, we're doing 10, 10. Now we're going to go ahead and do 3. See, we did 1, which was up top, 2, which was our wrist and our arm, 3, we're swinging all the way through. Our goal is to hit before the wall, so we're hitting the floor before that wall. And then you'll just let it bounce back to you. Floor, and let it bounce back to you. We're swinging all the way through. Still want to flick that wrist, still want to flick that arm. We're just following through. So this is position 3. And again, we're still open, close, open, close. Alright, good job. Grab some water if you need it. Shake it out. And we're going to actually hit at the wall now. So we're going to go ahead. I'm going to fix my camera so y'all can actually see full process. And we're hitting in 1. Okay, so we're keeping our wrist at top, flicking that wrist. Gonna hit in 1. We're going to do this 10 times. 10 times. So everything we do, we're warming up in tens. Again, we still want to follow the same form. So you notice I'm trying to stay open first, toss, and then close. You can use your hips to get more power, but we're just flicking our wrist up top. Alright, now we're going to go into 2. So again, we used to flick at the wrist. Now we're flicking wrist and arm. Still doing the same form, we're just following through a little bit further. Now I'm having to chase the ball that went too far. We're doing 10. Alright, we're going to go ahead and go into a full arm swing. Again, we want to hit before the wall, let it bounce off the wall, so we're hitting straight down, letting it bounce back to us. So this is our 3, this is our full arm swing. We're hitting it straight down right before the wall, and then letting it bounce back to us. And you really want to focus on that form. You want to keep your hips open, toss, step, close. Open, toss, step, close. Every single time. And the ball hit off in a weird angle again and goes rolling. It happens. But you get a little bit of extra exercise in when you're running after it, so. Again, we're doing 10. We're hitting straight through. Go ahead and grab water if you need it. And we're going to go ahead and go into our target practice. So you see on the screen here that if I hit with my thumb down, it's going to go to the right. Okay, so palm is out, thumb is down, I'm hitting to the right. If my thumb is up, it's going to go to the left. And if I'm hitting straight through, it's going to go to the middle. So right now I'm standing in middle, and my goal is going to be to hit that cone. Okay, so you want to hit all the cones. You're using your hand to change the angle, and you're going to hit from the place that you usually hit from on the court. So my goal right now, again, I'm just going over, you can see my hand angle, that's going to be where that ball is going to be going. So again, thumb up is going to the left, thumb down is going to the right, and then straight through is going middle. So we're just going to see if we can hit some of these targets. I'm going to be hitting from the middle right now, and your goal is to hit all of the targets. Okay, so you're hitting that right target, that middle target, that left target, and you're going to hit from wherever you usually hit from. So as you can see on the screen, I'm not too terribly good once I get into it, but that's why we're doing this, right? It's all about practice. And we really just want to focus on that hand placement. You want to be about 15 to 20 steps away. You see I hit my car. I never actually hit the cone. It rolls into the ivy a bunch, but that's why we practice. So once you're done with that target practice, we're going to go up a level. We're going to try to hit those seams. So you see I'm in between the two cones. I'm in between the other two cones. We're trying to hit that in-between seam, not actually hitting at the cones. So let's see how we do. So the last thing that we're going to do is work on hitting down the line as a pin. So go ahead and go to the pin spot. Notice right now I'm standing on the seam. We don't want to hit the seam anymore. We want to hit on the outside of our cone, straight down that line. Okay, so go ahead and give this a try. You can pause here and go ahead and run through all of our hitting series. And one more thing to make this a level harder, we're going to do our full approach. So you're going to toss yourself and do a full approach, and you're still going to go for hitting the cones, hitting in between and the seams, and then hitting down the pins. Good luck. So we're going to go ahead and transition into blocking. So you notice I found myself a line in my driveway, set up some cones. You can do this against a wall. You can do this just against a tree, really whatever you want. And the first challenge we're going to do is you would find yourself a wall, if you had one. Okay, and you're going to jump up and touch where your fingertips reach. Okay, and when you finally get up there, you're going to put a piece of tape at the highest point that you can reach. Okay, and then about 4 inches below that, you're going to put another piece of tape. And your goal is to see how many blocks you can get in between those two pieces of tape. So where all your fingertips are touching in between those two pieces of tape. Okay, so if you don't have a wall, what you're going to do is you find yourself a nice spot like I have here. I've set up cones in my driveway, and we're just going to work on blocking. Okay, so you notice I'm low, I have big hands, my thumbs are parallel to each other, my fingers are nice and spread wide, and we're going to push with our hands. And again, we're going to see our body. So we're going to push ourselves backwards in a C formation. So we're going to jump in a C formation. We're going to work on transitioning right now. So we're going to open, cross over, and then hop. So we're going to get to our middle. And we're going to do the same thing. We're going to block and then transition. So open, cross over, hop. We're going to do that a little bit faster. Okay, but you're going to do that 5 times through. After you pause and do those 5, the second thing we're going to do is we're going to do our full approach. So we're going to start at the net again. We just blocked. Okay, and then we're going to do an explosive approach. We're going to block nice and big, open up, cross over, and then hop so that you're in your hitting position, one foot slightly in front of the other, whether you're lefty or righty. And then you want to do an explosive approach. So all of your energy, everything that you have in you, just like in a game. That's why we practice. We're practicing like we play. So we're going to do a full approach, back up at the net, and we transition to our second block. But notice first, when I approach, I land right, left, right, or left, right, left. I'm parallel to the net, then I close my body. I'm bringing my non-dominant hand, my guide arm, down into my stomach, and I'm swinging all the way through with my dominant hand. Okay? So then we're going to open, cross over, close. We just transitioned, block, We transition backwards and we're approaching again. And then one last time, we block and attack. So go ahead and pause here. You're going to do that one 5 times as well. Now that we're done with blocking, we're going to go ahead into setting. You're going to find the spot that you started with your dynamic warm-up, and we're going to do setting lines. So you're going to do this motion the full time. We're just going to do walking sets. Okay, so we're just walking and setting. We want all of our fingertips touching the ball. And you don't want to stop when you turn around. So your goal is to keep it as continuous as possible. And we're going to go ahead into walking sets again. We'll do this one twice. Don't have to be super high. Doesn't have to be super high. It can be baby sets right above your head. Alright, next thing we're going to do is a skipping set. So let's see if I can remember how to skip. Alright, skipping set. And again, you want to keep it continuous. Pretend that I didn't just catch that ball. Good job. Alright, we're going to go ahead into lunge setting. Lunge setting. We're doing normal lunges there and back. Remember, you want to focus on good form, both in lunges and setting. Good job. Alright, now we're going to transition into high lows. So as it sounds, it's going to be a high ball, then a low ball. It doesn't have to be super high, it just needs to be higher than the low ball. And again, you want to try to keep it consistent the entire time. Keep it continuous. Good job. Alright, next thing we're going to do is a backwards set. So that really is just going to be we're walking backwards. Okay, try not to fall on your butt. That's the goal here. You can even lean your butt back a little bit, kind of like our back pedals, okay, where we sit down and push our feet backwards. That'll help you keep your balance. Try not to trip. Good job. Alright, the next thing that we're going to do is going to be an 8-2 and a 2-4. So an 8 is just a back set, a 2 is your middle, and a 4 is your outside. So what you're going to do is you're going to set the 8 ball, the back set, let it bounce, and then play it off that bounce. You see I said an 8, you let it bounce, and we set a 2 right off of that. So I'll do it again. We're going to back set, let it bounce, and then get under it and push it up. Okay, and we're not pushing it super far out, we're just going to push it up. And you can pause here and try that as many times as you want, but we're going to go ahead and do it one last time. And we're going to move on into our 2-4s. Okay, so again, our 2 is our middle, our 4 is our outside, so we're going to set it to the middle, let it bounce, and then push that ball out to our outside. We'll do it again. Set that middle ball, let it bounce, get under it, and push it to the outside. And that one was a really good set because my hands were kind of at my chest. So remember, you want to get that 2 ball high enough or get under that bounce enough that you can really get under the ball to push it out. So we'll do it again. And again, you can pause here and go ahead and try that as many times as you would like. So as you can see here, I set up cones as my net, and then for my final part, I have my target. I'm going to go ahead and put the ball on the target to start, and we're going to work on setting transitions. Okay, so you're going to go about 10 feet away from your quote-unquote net. As you can see, my shadow is kind of a nice spot to transition from. We're going to get loose. We're going to get ready. We're sprinting all the way to the net. Okay, we're working on that fast transition. So we sprint to the net. You're going to have your back to the net, and you're going to have about 90% of the court in front of you and 10% behind you. So as you can see, I have like 90% that I can see, 10% behind me. We want to get to the court. We want to be low. We want to be ready with our hands in one, so right by our lap. Okay, so every time we get there, we're going to sprint to the net. And we're going to get ready, and our hands are going to be in ready position. And then we're just going to left, right, and set. So as you can see here, I left, right. My right foot works on pointing at that target, okay, every single time. So we're going to go to our 10-foot line. We sprint to the net, back to the net, left, right, set. We're just going to do this a couple of times. And notice I don't put my hands up above my head until I take that left step. So it's like a puppet string. As soon as that left step goes out, my hands go up. And we're just going to work on this transition. The next thing that we're going to do is think of a ball that's a little bit off of that net. So we're going to have to take a larger first step to push off the net and then square up with that right foot. Okay, so again, it's not super close to the net. We're having to take that step and square up to our target with that right foot every single time. So we're going to go ahead back to our 10-foot line. We're transitioning to the net. Take a larger step off, and we're still squaring up our feet. And you'll probably end up doing this a little bit faster than me, but I've slowed it down a little bit for demonstration. Notice that left step gets you to where you need to go. That right step squares you up. The next thing we're going to do is a 4-step off the net. Okay, this is going to be for a really deep ball. Let me adjust my camera so y'all can actually see how far I go. But again, you're going to start at the net. You still have your back to the net. You're still ready to go. We're doing a left step, a right step, as big as we can. So we'll redo that. Big left step, big right step, and then left, right to square up. So we'll do it again. We're at that net. We really want to make sure that at the end we turn our body, square our hips to our target. So this is our 4-step transition off the net. Okay, so we really want to focus on those big steps to get us off the net and then squaring up. So now we're going to do this when we start in our base at our 10-foot line, run to the net, ready, and we get behind the ball. And this is the point where I noticed that I was jumping when I was at the net. If you see, I like hop. So we're going to work on stopping our feet this time. Okay, so we're going to do that for a couple of rounds. Next thing we're going to do is a spin set. Okay, so we're going to go into, this is something that's a little bit further off the net. It's kind of like a 4-step approach. But we're going to take one, yeah, as you can see, it's a spin set. So we're really pivoting on one of our feet. So I like the 3-step approach, but we'll do both. This, again, is further off the net. and we're running as fast as we can to get there. So we're here, we take one left step, right step, left is the one that we pivot off of, and we turn and set in the air. Okay, so 1, 2, turn. So go ahead and try that. That's our 3-step spin set. And we can start in our base, run up to the net, balls off, 1, 2, 3. And I'm just doing it for show right now, just because I really like doing this. The spin sets are fun. Alright, we're going to go ahead into our 4-step spin set. I don't like this one as much personally, but this is up to you if you're more comfortable doing this. So again, we're going to go left, right, and that's the one that we spin off of. So this is basically like our 4-step transition, but instead of stopping on that right foot, we are spinning off of that right foot. Okay, so again, I don't like this one as much personally, but that's up to you. We're at the net, left, right, spin. Left, right, spin. And our goal is to square up to that basket or that target every single time. And we could do the same thing again when we start at our base and then we run off. So we're at a base, sprint to the net, left, right, spin. Okay, so you can go ahead and pause here and try that out a little bit. Really want to work on pushing off of that leg. Again, we can get low under the ball, and if we need to use that leg power, that is 100% encouraged. Let's go ahead and pause right here. Try that out. You can try out your normal setting, your transitioning off the net, and your spin setting. Alright, one thing I did forget to say on the last drill was that once you go through without a volleyball, you can get a partner and they can toss for you, or you can toss to yourself. So that's something that you can work on for that drill as well. You see here I am set up. I have a cross on the wall. Now I'm sitting now, but we can do this standing or kneeling or sitting. I'd rather do it standing, but I don't have a wall high enough. So again, we're going to put a cross on our wall. We're setting up our quadrants. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4 that I've just pointed out. So we're going to go ahead and just start our setting in quadrant 1. Oh, and I didn't say it, but this drill is called 4-corner setting. Okay, so you're going to set it in quadrant 1. Again, as you can see, we don't want that ball down by our chest. We want it to be above our head, but I'm sitting, so it's making it a little bit more difficult. Go ahead and move into quadrant 2. And we're going to try to keep this as consistent as possible. And quadrant 3. And lastly, quadrant 4. Alright, now we're going to do something called around the world. We are going to go counterclockwise. We're going 1, 2, 3, 4. So you want to hit it, you can hit it once in each corner, or we can hit it twice in each corner. That is up to you. We just want to keep it consistent and go clockwise. And now we're going to go counterclockwise. So we're going 4, 3, 2, 1. Again, you can hit it once per quadrant or twice. That is up to you, but we're just trying to keep it consistent. Stretch it out if you need to. The next thing we're going to go into is hitting it 4 and 2. I'm just going to hit myself in the face real quick. We're going to go 4, 2. So we're going across on that diagonal. 4, 2. And we're just using our wrists and placing that ball where we want to. And go ahead and go 1, 3. Again, we're going diagonal, but we're going on the opposite diagonal. So 1, 3. Alright, the next thing we're going to do, shake it out if you need to, stretch it out if you need to. Next thing we're going to do is go up and down on that vertical line. So we're hitting it on the cross this time. And notice that we don't want it to be super low on our chest. If we're standing up, we want to actually move, squat down underneath the ball as we're setting it. And go ahead and go to your horizontal line. So we're going back and forth over that horizontal line. And that is 4 corner setting. So go ahead and do it at your own pace at this point. And now we're going to move on into defense. So you see here I have surrounding me cones and different objects. We're going to do the star shuffle drill. So we're going to get down low. When we're shuffling, we're going to shuffle twice in each direction. And every time you come back to the center, you're going to say base. Every time you go to a cone, you're going to say mine, like you're passing. Okay? So again, you would say mine, and then we're back to our base. So we're going to go all the way around, and we're going to do this 5 times. So the first way we're going to go is diagonal to our right. Then we're going to go to our around our cones clockwise, excuse me. So we're going diagonal right, and then right, straight back, left, left front, and then front. All right. So we're just going to go through. Notice we're not hopping when we do this. We don't want our feet to touch when we do this. We don't want to cross our legs when we do this. We want to have that distance in between. You want to keep your shoulders in front the whole time. So even when you're going backwards, you don't want to be shifting your body away from that. We're going to go ahead, shuffle, shuffle, mine. And I already did it wrong. So we're going to try again. All right. Shoulders in front. And shuffle, shuffle, mine, shuffle, shuffle, base. 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 One more, shuffle, shuffle, mine, shuffle, shuffle, base. Good job. All right, one of the things I want to talk about right here is that when I'm going backwards, I'm not turning my body sideways. I'm not turning away from the camera, which is going to be my net. I'm opening my hips, dropping back, and closing my hips, but I'm not taking my shoulders and turning them open. Okay, so that's one of the things we want to focus on. We're going to go ahead and do this again. All right, shuffle, shuffle, mine, shuffle, shuffle, base. 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 Shuffle, shuffle, mine,
shuffle, shuffle, bass. Shuffle, shuffle, mine, shuffle, shuffle, bass. Shuffle, shuffle, mine, shuffle, shuffle, bass. Alright, so that finished our second round. We're going to go ahead and do this 3 more times. Go ahead and pause to get that done. And now that we're done with our shuffle drill, we're going to go ahead and transition into our pass and freeze drill. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to pass the ball. We're going to freeze for the number of seconds that I say, and then catch the ball low before it hits the ground. Alright, so for the first time that we do this, we're going to go for 1 second freeze. Alright, and we want to work on form. So pass, 1, freeze. Good. Pass, 1, catch. Pass, 1, catch. So again, we're just working on that freeze. We want to work on our form when we're doing this. So hold yourself accountable. If you're setting a certain goal, notice my arms were too high on that one, so we want to bring them down a little bit. We want to work on good form. We're going to go ahead and go into 2 seconds. 2 seconds, right? The 2 second freeze, you might have to use your legs to push this one a little bit higher. 1, 2, catch. Mine, 1, 2, catch. Okay? We don't want to swing our arms when we're doing this, right? We're freezing our body. And we're only using our legs. Go ahead into 3 seconds. Starting right now. 1, 2, 3, catch. So notice I used my arms on that one. I want to focus on my legs. I don't want my hands super high above my head. I want to keep it low. I want to keep it in a proper form. 1, 2, 3, catch. And I broke my platform on that one, so I want to focus this time on keeping it together and catching that ball. That was a close one. So we're still going for 3 seconds. Alright, and you guessed it, we're going to go ahead into 4 seconds. This one, you're really going to have to use those legs, push it further up. Notice that I used my arms that time. We don't want to do that. We don't want to swing. We really want to focus on using our legs to push that ball up. 1, 2, 3, 4, catch. 1, 2, 3, 4, catch. 1, 2, 3, 4, catch. And again, you have a little bit of extra time if you stay low and get that ball. And we're going to go on to our last one, which is going to be 5 seconds. This is the hardest one we're going to do. This is the hardest one to fight against using your arms and swinging your arms. We're going for 5 seconds. You want to try to catch that ball before it hits the ground. Alright, you can go ahead and pause right here and go through those again if you want some more time. Good luck. The last defensive thing that we're going to do is we're going to hit at the wall. We're going to pass off of that hit to yourself. You're going to set back to the wall, and then you're covering the ball. So you're covering off of that set. Alright, so I finally got my audio working. We have moved indoors because people are making a ton of noise outside, but we're going to play a little bit of a game. Now, this game is called Card Sharks, and usually how you play this game is you play it in teams, and it's a 6v6 game. And you draw a card, and that person or that team has to reach that number of points before the other team. So we're gonna make it a little bit different today. And what we're gonna do is I'm gonna draw a card for you, and that's gonna be your goal to do whatever thing that I say. And then I'm gonna draw a card for me, and then try to complete my goal. And so your job is to see if you can meet your goal before I meet mine. And that might be a little bit easier than you think. I'm not that good, but just for fun, let's see what we can do. All right, so the first goal is going to be pass set. Okay, pass set, so that just means pass set, that is 1 rep. So let's see how many reps you guys have to do. Shuffling up my cards. And you guys have to do, okay, so it's a queen, right? Aren't the cards cute? It's a queen, so 12 is going to be your number. So you guys have to do 12. Now let's see how many I have to do. And I got a king. Got a king. So I have to do 13. So you guys have to reach 12 before I reach 13. So we'll do it on my mark. So it's fair. I'm gonna do it inside, and I have to kneel down, but this you can do standing up. Sitting down, it's up to you, but I'm gonna do it kneeling down because I don't wanna hit my ceiling. All right, are you ready? On your mark, get set, go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh no. All right, if you let it drop, you gotta restart. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. All right, I did 13. So did you guys meet it in time? That is honor code policy. All right. So we're gonna go ahead and move on to the next one. So I'll put these 2 cards aside, shuffle up my deck. The next thing we're gonna do is pass, right, left. Okay, so pass, dribble. All right, so we're over here, pass, right, left. Okay, so that's gonna be our goal. So let's see how many you guys have to do. And remember, pass, right, left, or left, right is going to be 1 rep. So you guys have 10. We've got Mr. Flash here. You guys have 10. All right, let's see how many I have. I have 8. Only 8 that I have to do. So you guys have 10. I have 8. We'll get a little breather. Shake it out. Remember, it's pass, arm, arm. And that's 1 rep. Are you ready? Get set. Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, 8. Oh, just before I lost control. But I did 8. So did you meet your goal of 10? Honor code again. See where that volleyball went. That was a close one. Very close one. All right. Let's go ahead and go into our next one. Our next one is going to be pass, set, tip. So this tip is going to just be in front of us. Pass, set, tip. And that's going to be 1, 2, and you keep going. All right. So let's see how many you guys have to do. You guys have 7. 7. Only 7 that you have to do. Let's see how many I have to do. 9. I have 9. All right, so you guys have 7. I have 9. We're doing pass, set, tip. Let's see if we can do it. Shake it out. Bit of a breather. On your mark, get set, go. 1. Oh no, restart. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No! I was at 8. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All right. I'm assuming y'all probably got that one since I messed up at 8. It's okay. All right, so your goal was 7. My goal was 9 for that one. Good job. I sense that you guys are doing well. All right. The next one we're going to do, and this is going to be our last one for today, is going to be our setting where we touch the opposite shoulder and then touch our nose. So again, what that looks like, set, 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 nose. Okay, so that's 1 rep. Set, shoulder, nose. And that's 1 rep. So let's see how many reps you guys have to do. All right, you have to do 8. 8. All right, let's see how many I have to do. I have 9. This is a close game, guys. So you guys have 8. I have 9. Again, we're doing a set, shoulder, shoulder, nose. You touch with your opposite hand for the shoulders. The set, shoulder, nose. And that is 1 rep. All right, shake it out if you need to. Stretch it out. You guys have 8. I have 9. Let's see who gets it first. On your mark. Get set. Go. 1. Oh no. All right, try again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No! Still going. 1, 2. Oh, my counting was off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All right, that one took a little bit longer than I thought, but I still sense y'all did amazing. All right, I hope you guys enjoyed this practice. I know it's not what we wanted. We wanted to be in person or at least be on call, but I'm sorry I couldn't make that happen for today. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. Let me know if you have any drills you want to work on next time, anything specific skill-wise that you guys want to work on, and I will see you guys soon.